film the Mimosa loop in 2 segments. I think the first segment's going to be this one, obviously, but then I'll stop it at the old sprint finish. Then I'll start the second one at what we're proposing for the new attack zone. So, anybody who's ridden this road will recognize this as the railroad crossing 25. After the steep Vanderbilt descent, there's a railroad tunnel down there where the railroad goes through the mountain. This area here's super rugged, but the trade-off being there's not very many roads, so you get a lot of valley roads. You actually get way more climbing if you stay closer into town than come out here, because everything out here is through the valley. The one exception being Double Oak Way, which I'm going to hit up on my way home. I really don't think we're going to be able to do this attack zone this week. That truck right there, that truck right there is headed towards the road we want to do the attack zone on. Yeah, I just don't think it's going to work. Anyway, I'm going to make a right turn here. That's where we got caught by the train last Saturday. Jim out-sprinted it. Went for it, unbelievable. He made it though. It really wasn't that close, but I didn't think we could get our whole group through there though. And then the train proceeded to slowly come to a stop. I don't know, something with the tunnel maybe or something. And so we turned around. Alright, so well, I think once we have done this right here. No, I guess a couple times, because I can think of a couple different strategies. We've done this as an attack zone from the tracks right there. Super dangerous because the finish is right after this steep downhill. And the group stays together, pretty much. If the group stays together, then it's just a mess. People sprinting all over the road and everything. So we never do it anymore as an attack zone by itself. What we do is we do a double. We do the Vanderbilt KOM and then no regrouping immediately into the Mimosa attack zone. I hope we do that at least once this year, because that was it was so fun, because you had to climb and you had to play out your strategy right to have enough energy after the climb to stay away. I don't think anybody ever wanted solo staying away, but usually there'd be a small group. So then you're playing out tactics, because you don't want people to catch on from behind, but you're also gassed from the climb, and you've got another sprint coming up. It's a wonderful, wonderful race simulation. Yeah, it was fun. I think one time, oh, there's the steep side of Vanderbilt over there. Oh yeah, you can see the pass. It's a shame, because that's even the pass there. Of course, why it's a pass, but that pass is 150 feet lower than the high points in that area. So the climb doesn't even make it into Cat 3. It's a Cat 4 climb either way. Even though there's 600, 700, 800 feet of relief, if you pick the right spots. I can remember one time when we came through here with a fairly large regrouping because we had waited long to sprint, or maybe it was one of the mimosas by itself. In any case, Pat and I were watching each other, and you saw those dogs in the yard. Pat and I were watching each other, and people from the rest of the group saw that and took that to their advantage. And so individually, people attacked our group, and then everybody expected either me or Pat to chase, but both of us were watching each other, wanting to save energy because we were like tight on points or something, and or real close on points. Anyway, eventually we full on were dropped. The two of us dropped. Everybody had attacked, and we went from there's maybe 10 people to just me and Pat off the back. We were dying, just dying, laughing by the time we realized. Of course, when you could sort of see it happening, and I guess we were both okay with it, but it was still hilarious. Just rode ourselves right off the back of the group. Anyway, that only happened once. Normally this is just a suffer-fester here. Attacks, counterattacks. And what's crazy when you're doing it as a double is you've got the KOM in your legs immediately before it. So I remember another time, I think me, Terry, and Pat came across the top together. Oh yeah, look at that dump truck way back here. Anyway, me, Terry, and Pat came across the KOM together. And Daryl had just come off the top in the sprint, like from the switchback at the top of the KOM. Daryl had come off, and we went so hard for that sprint, that KOM, that we had a big gap coming down the hill. And of course, Daryl was riding super strong, so we just drilled it. I might have had my max speed on that descent that day. We just drilled it, came through here, and the three of us were working, and we kept looking back, and Daryl was just back there slaying himself. He was staying right there. That's how strong he was riding, super strong. And he's just slaying himself back there, and eventually we had to do our tactics. And Pat, huge advantage there with his size for this finish coming up here. So I'm sure he got it, and then either me or Terry got second, and we just stayed away. But Daryl really never could let up because we were always right in front of him. We were just right there. Oh, yeah, it's all mixed up now. This is years ago, but we've had other times where groups have gotten together through this long 3-mile section and sometimes even successfully chased us down. Yeah. But most of the time it was set, you know, as soon as we had a group that was gonna sprint. But not always. And in fact, I think 1 or 2 times somebody has won it from the second group. Just really can't get much better of a race simulation than the tactics that have to play out through here. So you're about to see why we don't do this as a KOM, as a sprint by itself anymore. We only did it a couple times. It was just crazy dangerous. But you get this super steep downhill. Do I have one more uphill? No, this is it. See? Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. Another dump truck. So yeah, so you can see the hill. So the finish is on the top of this hill, just around the corner. But you have this, I don't know, 15, greater than that. 15 average, probably, yeah, 15. Maybe it maxes at 15, never mind. Downhill going into it. I just hit 41 miles an hour with the iPhone in front of my face, coasting. So you can imagine a sprint here. Oh yeah, there's no way. I don't know what people were talking about. They thought this was done or something. I don't think there's any way we are gonna do this as an attack zone this week. So the finish for the old one is right up there where that green sign is. I guess where they've got the roadwork sign now, but the street sign up there, that was the finish. And I would always get passed through here, but then start to repass up here because you've lost your momentum by here. But I almost always lost this silly thing. Couldn't quite do it. All right, what do we got going on here? I'm gonna start the second video here.